What's up, everybody? Waffle Dog here. Coming back at you with the first video in a long time. And obviously, some of you that have seen this channel before are going to say, what the hell? This isn't World of Tanks, this isn't League. What is this crazy thing? Is this a mobile game? Yeah, and it's the best game I've ever played. It's a great game. Strike Force. Some people that are coming to this video are my Alliance members, I'm sure. Other people are various randos. But most of you that clicked on this are probably interested in Strike Force and my roster, because that's what this is a roster review. We go over here to achievements. We can see I'm on day 1021. Doing pretty good, almost 5k arena battles. Looking good, looking good. Want this green border eventually, and that's what we're going to talk about. Two main things we're going to talk about during this roster review. Well, three. I have a lot of favorites that bother some people. Really bothers some people, but you know what? I like to work on a lot of things at the same time, and that's why I still haven't started Dark Dimension 4 yet. But that's okay. We're working on one piece here for Symbiote Spider-Man. Speaking of that, look at this little handy little thing. It's called Mantis. And when I bring it up, I can just hide it in the background there, and there we go. You can see who's T4ing everything, what class they're using ISO-wise on it, all that. It's great. But yeah, Symbiote Spider-Man. I need some hyperphages and some spectral analysis. How do you say the plural of analysis? And then Ghost. Far less on her. I'm almost there. Just got her up to 6-star with that recent offer. It's looking good. We just need about 16 more of these pieces, and we're good. Then we're almost in Dark Dimension 4. That's going to be another one of the first videos I do, is I'm going to try and log a lot of my Dark Dimension. Obviously, most of that will be happening on the computer and on the phone because it's such a draining process. Like, I don't want to kill my phone battery trying to do that. But yeah, first run of Dark Dimension, yes. First run of Dark Dimension for the ease. First run of Dark Dimension because she's essential. Second run. I'll be taking her on my time run. I don't need Emma for the first run. I've been told it's a luxury. So, yeah, I love Emma, but not going to take her into the first round. Hela, I will. Haven't even gotten to leveling her Minerva up yet. Bishop's not going. He requires, I believe, 90 uniques. So, he's just going to sit at 14 for a while whenever I get him there. But that's going to happen after I've gotten every mutant into Dark Dimension that I can. I just took him up here because I really want him to be strong. I'm going to T4 all his abilities. This was a great T4 choice. I can see that about half the players are doing it. Great character. As you can see, it's pretty split. I think this is the better ISO class for the damage bonus and for all the triple tap potential. But arguably just as good to spread vulnerables around and remove debuffs and get a damage bonus on everyone. So there's not a right choice. There's really not. And I'm not going to tell you there is. Obviously farming Red Skull and Taskmaster, both because they're Doom Raid characters. Lots of training mats available in there. It's effective farming method. Unless, of course, if you're like me and only got 5 stars on Jubilee and pulled a 6 red out of pure luck. Yes, well, Seed Theory, but is Seed Theory really real? No. Maybe. I don't know. So yeah, we're working on Yellow Jacket here and Stature here to try and get that Jubilee up to 6 stars. Once they're at 6 stars, I'm going to be fine. Some rumors are saying that Jubilee will be the next unlock, or Jubilee and her team, rather, will be the next unlock for a legendary character. I don't know if that's true or not. We'll have to wait and see. Beast, big. Big Beast is good. I'm going to take him up to level 80 soon. They'll all be level 80 eventually. Kitty Pryde being the least important, I think. And then Dad Bros. I still haven't T4'd their passes. They're really good. 72% of users. I need to get on that. Next time I get some ability materials, Longshot and Shatterstar, you all will get your passes. Don't worry. Do not worry. But yeah, both Raiders, obviously. They're the crit machines. They're great. Their team's going to be great. They're great on their own. They're great. White Tiger. Looks good. I don't have her yet. I pulled a couple infiltrator orders from one of those random offers, but that's it. She looks good. I don't know. We'll have to see. I pulled a 5 red on her because I randomly opened an Elite 4 because she's leaving today. And I was like, I can't settle with a 2-star because 2 red stars isn't good enough anymore. Doom and Moon Knight obviously there for whenever I get them. Then you see some of the characters that I'm actually taking into Dark Dimension. Thanos. Well, already able to, I should say. Mr. Sinister. No. And Zemo. Haven't T4'd his basic yet. I don't know. You see here, this 10.1%, that 0.1 of that 10, Tony Scangili. Respect. Anyways, this is arguably one of the most hype at the time, but looking back at it now, kind of meh. 7 red pulls I've gotten. Like, sure, he's good, but I mean, you're doing 70% piercing, 60% piercing. I could up it a little bit, but I don't know. He's a great healer. He's a great controller. He doesn't need 7 red at all. And if you're really having focus or resistance issues with him, bam, just T4 with passive, like a lot of people do. They T4 all the Black Order abilities. Anti-Venom, he'll be coming up eventually too. Obviously, Tier 5 Striker, all maxed out. He's great. He's so good. This character is so good. I cannot wait till he is farmable. Man. So that's like a brief overview of what's really going on. We can get into the save squads now. This is how I do my blitz. This is not how I do my war. We'll get into the war in a minute. Obviously, I go from top to bottom, bottom to top, depending on where I'm starting that rotation at. If I'm starting at 8.3, I know I can jump right in with Black Order. If I'm starting at 7 or 6, I know I have to go down here to the Ravagers. And really, if you're starting a rotation at 7, it's safer to go from your first good team, in my case, Guardians, and up. These 3 teams are the ones you want to use when you get an unfavorable matchup to reset it from 8-3 to 8-0. That's a safe, nice little tip. I've been scoring about 40 to 42 million in all these blitzes recently, even though it's been very grueling. But yeah, the basic team, the Black Order, you know what they do. And Marauders, also great. Sabretooth has not moved off of there, and War Defense either for me, I might add, just because of his high red stars and level. Plus, I'm taking him in Dark Dimension anyways. Symbiotes. They used to be more powerful than the Marauders, but due to taking people into Dark Dimension, they have fallen behind a little bit. And honestly, with the Astonishing X-Men coming out, I've been building them a lot more and using them more in raids because they got kind of dull. It's kind of boring only using Symbiotes and Ultimates. So yeah, Astonishing X-Men are it. War Attack, X-Force. What else did I need to say? This is not a Merc counter X-Force. My X-23 I like as a striker, Deadpool as a raider for the reasons that are kind of obvious. So you get double striker, double raider, and it's not working exactly like a striker skirmisher combo, but it has the same effect. Cable can get striker attacks in, so can X-23. X-23 is pretty great, especially when you ult and get that last attack in that you need for the kill. Domino's a fortifier because she sucks and trying to leave her alive. Equally good as a skirmisher. Yeah, I have 6 red on her. It sucks. 6 red on Deadpool is great. Considerations have been made to swap Deadpool to a striker and X-23 to a skirmisher, but with the current level and gear tier, I don't know if it would make Deadpool the highest offense to make them a better Merc counter. This team only gets used in Blitz. These two, they go on to the War Offense team with Zemo, Red Skull, and Grenadier to destroy Marauders. Thor, good War Defense with Wave 1. These two, in the trash. Just not good characters anymore. Another team that really is only being used in Blitz together. These two go with Coulson, Fury, and Crystal to form the NFC Inhumans team. It's a good Blitz team. I don't see everyone running this. A lot of people run Captain Marvel on Young Avengers or Kree minions to carry them. I find that because certain Kree characters I've gotten stupid pulls for, like Korath and all this, like, it does work pretty well as a team together. Korath's damage isn't really that high, honestly. You like to land your debuffs with them when you can, like the ability blocks, heals, etc. Yeah, decent team, decent. This team, great. I love this team. I cannot wait to get Doom on here instead of She-Hulk. She-Hulk's fun and all, but I pulled that 5 red draft offer, and everyone's at least 5 red stars now and looking very powerful. They're going to do some work on defense for me this war. Sinister 6 sitting War Defense for me. It's kind of the meta. I wanted to have him on offense, but we agreed that it's better to have them on defense because they're so great. And as soon as my Doc Ock hits level 80, healer level 5, he just turns into a different beast. X-Men. This is the team of X-Men that I do run in wars. I've swapped in Beast a few times before I built up my X-Men. I've swapped in Namor for Storm. I've done all kinds of things. Basically, they're just a somewhat neutered X-Men because Storm doesn't get the benefits from Beast, and she's kind of just wet noodle. It's basically a 4v5 whenever I take them in, and that's kind of okay having a 6-red Phoenix, but it's not my favorite team to attack with in war. It's honestly kind of stressful. AIM. Love AIM. AIM is great for the villain campaign. AIM is underrated. AIM is a counter. Asterisk. I don't know. It seems like it. I've had about 3 attacks worth of experience with this. It's not that common. I get the right situation to punch down slightly with AIM into Astonishing X-Men, but it seems like it works. Pimtech, they're good. I was so hyped for this team when they came out. Got 6 red stars on Ghost. It's fun. They're fun. They're on war defense. That's all I can really say. They're there. They just occupy that space because, you know, the shield team's good. Honestly, not always winning in 8.3. They've fallen off quite a bit. Obviously, Medic to revive Coulson, Assault and Trooper are the other 2. Security, sorry, are the 2 good ones, and that's what you roll with. This is interesting. My Killmonger is on Skilletary, so rather than breaking up Wakandan more or putting Shuri on Merc or moving Killmonger over to Merc and not even doing Skilletary, I put Ultron on Ultrondon, and it works. It works, kind of. It's not bad. Brotherhood. This is a solid team. I wish I could take them up higher, but Mutant Gear is so scarce right now. They're so good. Anytime I see a BKT, I just eat them alive with this team. It's the most guaranteed attack I do every war. Astonishing X-Men. Building these guys up. I'm working on it. I guess now is a good time to talk about the ISO-8 choices I've made. There's not a right ISO-8 choice for this team. I will say that right now. There's not a right ISO-8 choice for this team. I am simply stating my opinion on what works for me. And I have myself swapped it around tremendously. So there is no correct answer. Anyways, Bishop Striker for the damage bonus and triple taps. It's good. Kitty I've swapped between healer and skirmisher. I've been doing better in raids now in terms of sustain, so I swapped her to skirmisher. You know, we'll see how that goes. Iceman staying skirmisher. He's going to be a skirmisher level 5 because his focus is atrocious, and he's not going to work in Doom Ring without it. I'm worried. Jubilee. I don't know if I want her to be a striker or skirmisher. I think I need her to be a striker, though. I'm going to get all her abilities T4, get her leveled up, see what her damage is looking like, but she's really good. A beast healer. I think you can run skirmisher. There's a version of this team that's 2 strikers, 3 skirmishers, with the strikers being Kitty and Bishop. That was a good setup too. There's really not a bad setup. They just work in different ways. This team is just blitz only. Obviously, Red Skull's on offense. Now, if we were in a weak enough war to where I could justify using this team, I would. And I really wish I could because I kind of like this team. This team is a mishmash. And I like Kingpin on there. It makes it work well in blitz. It wins on 8.3. It's cool. Failure. This team is a failure. Poor Punisher, I'm sorry that you have to be here, but sometimes you can kill a Doc Ock for me, and that's all I really need. Avengers. This is the team I run in war, but with Thor instead of Vision. Obviously, Vision's here because Thor's on the Asgards. The poor defenders, they've been split up, gone their separate ways, so Dead Bros are keeping them company in blitz to win some matches. They're not that bad. They're really not. A lot of sustain, a lot of resist, a lot of defense ups, and then obviously X Factor just taking turn after turn after turn after crit. Power armor, not really worth building up. Sometimes I use them to hit a weaker opponent. I almost never use power armor Tron to fight an Emma because the power armor Tron I have is about half the strength of most of the Emmas I face. This is Merc's variant. Obviously, other Merc members that are more essential are on other teams for this saved squad setup. So we got Sniper and Bullseye in there. And yeah, it's alright. My Merc Guard needs levels, but the Dark Dimension grind is currently happening. This will be Shadowlands. These 2 are placeholders, obviously. Daredevil's a decent level. My Electra sucks. My Night Nurse is meh. I'm not too keen on Shadowlands. It's going to be a team I use in wars to hit smaller teams. That's what's going to happen. I might T4 a couple passives. That's what's going to happen. They're not going to quite end up like this. The only reason I haven't built them up more is because, again, crunch on resources for new characters and gold and training mats, etc. The Ghost Rider I built up a little bit. I put him on defense some with my Kree team. That was pretty good. It's really good to catch people off guard with your teams, and it's a good blitz team, and it counters Avengers well. So I'm not saying not to build this up. This is a great team to build up. It's just not a team I have built up. Although, I gotta say, as much as I have not and ignored him and have not built him, I do love Doctor Strange. Great movie. And yeah, this is where Namor ended up. Namor ended up on the Young Avengers, funnily enough, of all places. Ignore me as I download all his content. He has almost no synergy with his team. He just sits there to ult, and then the team does its thing, and it works. Guardians, this is the better version of the team in my opinion. Gamora's butts. And then these three garbage teams, Hand, obviously, with Sentry Nobu, they can sometimes sneak out a win, but 80% of the matches they lose. Kree Minions a little bit more reliable. I'd say they win 35 to 40% of the matches they try. And garbage. They need to rework because they are so relevant, and this is one of the best characters in the MCU, and he has been relegated to the bottom of everyone's roster, which is sad because, you know, he used to be good. Like, this is not a bad T4. There are worse T4s in the game when he was relevant. He was very relevant. He was amazing at one point. And now, Mary Poppins lost her umbrella. That's all I gotta say. It's sad. It's frankly sad. So that's the roster in a nutshell. We saw most of these characters as we reviewed those teams. There's not really too much important to talk about down here. Or up here, honestly. It's just a hodgepodge, you know. You saw most of them in those teams, like almost 99% of them, probably. That's an exaggeration. So yeah, what else is there to talk about? I don't want to go into war because I don't want to be talking about where I am in the defense. But the thing to know is about me in this war is I've tried very hard to get a balance of offense and defense, and I think it's gone pretty well. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything else. Both the raids are almost concluded. We're just waiting on a couple people to finish up. And yeah, that's my general roster review. We can take a look at, I guess, collection power, strongest team power, MVPs. I got my first MVP in the new alliance recently. Very happy about that. Doing well in some blitzes. That was the M'Baku blitz where I only hit like 18 million, and I still got that. No one did that blitz, and that's why they need to run 2 blitzes at once. I loved this idea. One for the new character, one for the old character, or even 3 with like varying levels of newness and oldness. And do it like Red Stars where you're gated in some way, so like the higher level players are more incentivized to play the new ones, and the old players can get the new characters, and the new players can get the old characters, and they're not all clumped into one big mass where only 3,000 people can get the right reward. It's kind of shitty. Anyways, yeah, this has been my roster. Bishop's my picture because he's my favorite character. He blaps people. I just want to note how much this dude blaps people. Can we look at this real quick? Attack primary and adjacent targets for 270% damage. If charged, attack for 540%, then remove charge. And that's an AoE. That's an AoE. 540% AoE is something you see on like Black Bolt ult. It's pretty. The only ability that I can think of off the rip that really is better in terms of pure damage would be this one. Sorry, that would be the passive. 640%. You know, Captain Marvel ult. She's still great. Great character. 11. I don't understand that. I guess we could talk about T4s. There's some regrettable ones. Invisible Woman T4, meh. I don't really think it was worth it. But, I mean, I run them on war defense, so I kind of wanted them to be more maxed out. Obviously, these are the better abilities. You can tell just by the users that have maxed them. I will say at least regrettable T4s were the basics on both this girl and her husband. Starless Strike and the opposing one for Corvus. Those are amazing T4s. Those are heavily recommended because you're always getting that assist now from your ally, and you will strip so many positive effects between the two of them. oftentimes, here, let me show you this. This is going to be another, this is just a big rant video. This is what I do. I just talk. Let's see if we can hop into arena real quick. I got booted all the way down to 42. I'll show you this. I'll show you this. We're not really trying to do anything crazy. So let me just show you a little punch down action. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. Obviously, I always hit Proxima. She's a little squishier. She's not going to stealth like Corvus is. So we do that. This is running a little glitchily, but it'll be fine. They have not flipped yet, so we will just hit. And whenever we get to the point, or after we've flipped, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, now that we're going to flip, Cole is going to resist a lot of this, and you're going to see what I'm talking about now. Obviously, we could offense down him, but a lot of characters already have offense down. We don't need to spread it, so we're going to click this. And we're just going to, hopefully, didn't happen there, but yeah. We're going to try and make those buffs disappear as best we can. And it actually really does a lot more damage than that old, or that little side swipe move. I don't know if that was his ult or not, but yeah. Thanos is doing it his darndest to make this an embarrassing match for me, but I won't have it. They all have defense down, they're dead. Yep. And then we can just stun and reduce the speed bar on him. And it's basically wraps, but you see what I mean? You're trying to use those basic attacks to remove those positive effects. That's all there is to it. Arena layout, I don't know if I'm doing the right one. I sat there a long time and thought about it, and this is what I came for offense and defense. Was Thanos in the middle, Cole to one side, Ebony Maw to the other, with Proxima behind Thanos and Cole, and Corvus behind Ebony Maw, so that you could not hit Corvus once he's stealth, and Ebony Maw at the same time. That was my thinking. I don't know if it's the best option, but it's the option I use, and I don't finish amazing in arena. I always get at least 200 cores a day, but I mean, it's meh. It's very meh. Let's see if I, just to wrap this up, let's see how Blitz is looking. Let's see if I have some time. Yeah, I still have about half an hour, yeah. I was thinking if I should show you how I do my rotation or not, but yeah, not yet. We got 4 hours left on today. We tried to hit all our rotations, had some time between rotations, extra at work. It is what it is. We're currently on pace for about 42 million. That's what I'm thinking. And hopefully that'll be enough for 100%. Because a couple of my alliance mates have made the horrible joke that this dude will probably be the next Cole Obsidian and be just stuck in those premium orbs. So let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about my roster. Let me know what you think about the video. If you're facing me tomorrow in Alliance War, don't you wish I just showed you that defense? Anyways, guys, take it easy. Have a good one. Peace.